Hey everyone, Jay Wesley here. If you've been following along on this series of tutorials, welcome back. If you're brand new, the links to the previous ones are down below. There's 3. This is going to be part 4. What we're going to get into in this one is some basic design techniques. The very first thing that we're going to do is go into our map that we've been working on and convert it to ZDoom format. What that's going to do is open up the door for a whole slew of techniques that I'm going to show you in this tutorial that'll make your map really cool. Like a good example is this. This is like a platform floating in space, and the sky kind of rotates around it and the ships are flying. Yeah, so converting your map to ZDoom format just really opens the door for some cool stuff you can do. And I want to do it before the map we're working on gets much bigger, because we need to go back and fix some things. You'll see. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, shall we? Alright, so before we get started, I want to run through this little deathmatch map I made so I can show you kind of some examples of what you're going to see after we convert the map over to ZDoom format. Some of the things you can expect. So let's run into this. So you see how the sky is one big thing. It's just it's a skybox is what they call that. And then another thing is the slopes. The slopes is a big one. And then there'll be some really cool lighting effects you're seeing. So yeah, I just wanted to show you an example really quick before we jump into it. So let's get into it now. Alright everyone, here we are back in our map that we've been working on. It's okay if you've touched it and made little adjustments to it. Hope you're out there having fun. Very first thing that I always like to do, what do I always like to do first? I always like to test our map. So let's test it. And just kind of get our grounds, remember what we were doing. This exit switch. We were working on some lighting effects. We built the stairs down. Got a nice idea in my head where we're gonna go with this. It's gonna look good. Yeah, our platform. I think our switch works. Yep. We got our shotgun and our little run around here with our pool. Yes, it's looking good, looking good. Alright. So coming on out of our map, the very, very first thing that we want to do is go back up here to Tools and your game configurations, and then we're back at this screen. What we're going to do is we're going to do ZDoom, Doom in Hexen format. And then you're going to click Add Resource, and you're going to do the same thing that we did in the first tutorial. Just click your file folder and look for the Doom 2 iWAD. So I've already got it set up, so we're just going to hit OK. And then we're going to go down over here to Edit and Map Options, and then the game configuration. And we're going to drop this down here to ZDoom Doom Hexen format. Hit OK. It's going to yell at you, the game configuration. It's just basically going to tell you that you broke your map, which is okay because we're going to go through and fix it. So just go ahead and hit yes. And now our map is in ZDoom format. So let's hit play and you'll see our lighting effects broke. Our monsters are gone. Yeah, our lighting effects completely just don't work anymore. Yeah, our switch is broken. So yeah, basically just broke our map. So what we need to do is we're going to go into sectors mode. And let's come down here to these lights. And we're basically just going to go through our map and zero out everything. So our special effects, you're going to go here to your special and zero that, zero your tag, and then our switch right here, just right click on that Now we have a whole bunch of fun new stuff we get to play with. So just zero out your action here. And then we'll go up. Then our exit switch here ended up at door open. Let's just zero it out. And then we had lighting effects right here with these little marble heads. So let's zero the special out there. And now let's play the map again. And I'm pretty sure that took care of all the effects that we had. We had the special sectors there, the switches, and the lights. So we didn't get too crazy yet. That's why I wanted to do it now. So let's exit out of the map. And the next thing we can do, now that we have it in ZDoom format, is, did you notice the monsters were gone? What we need to do is let's select both of these zombie men and right click, and now we have this whole slew of new stuff that we can play with. The important one and the reason why they're not showing up is this checkbox right here, the single player one. So we'll just check that. And now, so that should fix it. If we hit OK, let's test our map. And there they are. So there's just little nuances that you need to, little checks that you need to cover along the way now to make sure that everything works like it needs to. There's little tags everywhere now. So next thing we can do is, I want to adjust the sky. We're going to make a skybox. So just over here out in the open, let's make a square. And let's make it 512 by 512. And it's just going to default to, let's go into visual mode and let's fly on over there. So what we want to do, let's just leave it like that for right now. Actually, let's paste that there just so you can see what we're doing. And then right in the middle, you're going to want to go into things mode. Right in the middle, double click. And then under cameras and interpolation, just open that up. And the skybox viewpoint, the item number is 9080. Little advanced tip, if you can start remembering these and just kind of off the top of your head, you can just place that, you know, rather than having to break down the tree and kind of look, you can just go 9080, boom, and place it right in. So skybox viewpoint, there it is. And, you know, just to give you an example, why don't we just double click in our skybox. And our type is 64, my favorite. That's my favorite monster, the arch file, so don't mind that. Let's just delete that object. I was just showing you, just little advanced tip, keep them off the top of your head if you can. It'll speed things along. So let's hit play now that we have our skybox, and now you see what that did. It kind of created another little layer to the sky. So what we can do now is, why don't we raise this to just high up, high up, high up, high up. Let's do keep going, just high, just big, 432. Let's do that all the way around. Select all the textures, and then let's pick like a red, not the blood. We're gonna do something cool with this. Just wait. So let's, for the very first thing, where is it? This, the rock red, and this will just kind of glow. So we have the red there, and now let's hit play. See that? I kind of still want it to go up more than that. So now we have this nice looking sky. What we can do, let's say on this wall right there, let's just draw a sector right in the middle. You know, 256 by 64, not very big, just a square. And where'd it go? There it is. And let's just bring it up a little bit. And then we want to just grab both of these sectors and let's bring this up. Just up, 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 up until I feel like we need to stop. 760. So now, let's bring this up a little bit more. And select these three. And let's put on this lower missing texture here, let's put our green stone. And clear that out and hit play. And see, now we've got like this fixture. I'll probably bring it down a little bit, but what you can do is you can take that little square there and kind of build off that. So what we can do now is, you know, we have 256 length, so why don't we, right in the middle, just make a 128 length line, and let's bring it in a little bit. And what we can do is lower this part. And why don't we put one of those marble faces right there? See? And we can put lights. You see that? Now let's hit play and see what that looks like. See? We got like a little tower. You can even raise that up a little bit, you know what I mean? Bring that up. Just bring that whole, grab that whole sector and just bring it up. So let's highlight it. What we can do is just highlight it here. And kind of back up. And then just raise it. Raise it, raise it, raise it, raise it. Now let's hit play. You can still build off of that even more. Kind of do like some stairs. So let's grab the skybox viewpoint and bring this back. And from right here, don't forget to hit your vertices as you're drawing. So in this very front sector, let's do this. Bring this up. It's about down, right there. We can make it like a tower. See what we're doing? So why don't we stretch it out? Let's take this whole sector and stretch it out. Now we give it even more depth. See? Look at that. That looks awesome. That looks great. So now, that looks awesome. We can kind of do like stairs up to it. If we did, just draw a couple more sectors here. Just let's break it into, it's 192. Let's do like 32. 32 by 256. Just draw that all the way down. Now, let's just make stairs out of this. And why don't we put support on all these? Just copy and paste. Oops. Oh yeah, neat thing about ZDoom format is it lets you use wall textures on the ground, so that's gonna look great. There we go. Let's do that. See, just opens a whole new dynamic when you put it in ZDoom format. I mean, let's see what that looks like now. You could probably give it a little bit more depth with the stairs. Can't quite see it. I mean, you can kind of. But why don't we bring it down even more? Rather than one step, why don't we like 4-step it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost perfect. Let's put that one back down on the ground. You can't really see. You're not going to be able to see that. See, there we go. We got like a little tower in the distance. What we can do is we can put some some torches up there. See, you can just go and have fun. Tall red fire stick. Let's put one on both sides. And there we go. Let's just take. Now let's hit play. Nice. We're gonna go back. We're gonna come back to that later on. Let's fix this. We need to fix our switch. It is muy importante right now. So, the very first thing that we need to do is kind of the same. We're going to go and we're going to grab all of our sectors. And we're going to give them a new tag. Same thing. And then we're going to go over to our line. And the action here. It should be kind of the same. There's just a lot more stuff in here that you can mess with, and it'll tell you, yeah, switch, walkover, gunfire, door, repeatable, or once only. So what we need is the floor again. We just want the floor to lower, yeah, floor lower to lowest floor, no, just floor lower. Yeah, we can make the floor donut. I don't know what that does, honestly. You can make it donut though. Floor lower. So now we're going to do the sector tag. And the movement speed. We can set the movement speed to, let's do 32. And see, you have to go in and make just the little tweaks to everything now. The movement amount we don't need to worry about, I don't think. So now our trigger is going to be a player presses use. You've got all of these here. Monster walks over, player bumps, player flies over. So, but yeah, we want player presses use because it's a switch. So let's hit OK. And let's see if we got this. Let's just hit the switch really quick. And it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? Let's try the one right underneath it. Floor lower to lowest floor. There we go. I think it was because that last argument. There we go. Now it's down. Now our shotgun's gone too. And we know how to fix that. So let's fix our shotgun. We just need to check this checkbox here, the single player checkbox. Now, what we can do is we need to fix our exit switch. Same thing, just go into the line and then the action. I think it's in the end drop down. You just want end normal, and that'll just go to the next level. End game will take it to, like, you know, the end where the monsters start to cycle, if I remember right. So you just want end normal. Again, you want player presses use. So that's our exit switch. So now what we can do, so I was thinking about opening this up a little bit. So why don't we take this square here and drag it out to, like, right there. And let's do the same thing over here. It's kind of about the same amount. See? And then let's expand this. Let's bring this out so we have more room. And same thing with this. Just expanding our map again. And then we'll grab these three, bring it out. We're just going to have a lot more room to play. Lots more room to play. Let's hit play and see how that really opened it up. You see? It's looking awesome. I love big open spaces like this in Doom. Get that little tower in the corner. So what I can do right here, just to show you how it works, is we can put a slope. So the slope is fairly simple. It's just a sector and a line. So let's draw a sector here. And then let's bring it out to about right here. And now that the slope is there, why don't we bring these out some more? Let's bring them wide. Bring them wide. Bring them wide. That's 448, right? Looks good. So back to the slope. Let's get back into our normal level. Instead of our skybox, we'll get back to him. So just leave the sector on the ground. You can do the ceiling and stuff too, but right now we're just going to focus on the ground. So leave the sector on the ground, and what you need to do is go into line depth mode and highlight, you don't need to select it, but just highlight the line that you want the slope coming down from, if that makes sense. So this is the line, and what you want to do is you want to hit F. You want to make sure that little point that I'm flipping back and forth is facing the way you want the slope to face. So then we're going to right click it, and then here in action we have line, and you want, no, it's plane, I'm sorry, plane align slope. And then you want to go to align floor front. Okay. And then, just because I'm remembering, you'll end up with missing textures and it'll look funny. So what we need to do, let's just copy these supports here and bring this up and paste it, because you need to make sure there's a texture where it's going to slope. So let's just paste it here. And why don't we paste it on floor too, and then bring it back down. And why don't we test it? Let's turn around and see. And see, now we got a nice slope. See that? That's awesome. It's coming together great. And I still want to bring this This is looking great, you guys. I'm loving this. Thanks for doing this. This is great. So now what we can do, now we have a slope here. Why don't we take this whole menagerie of, actually, let's move this skybox. We'll just go to sectors mode and grab everything here. And let's just move this out of the way. Way out of the way. Because we're not going to play with this for a little bit. Just make sure that it's lined up to your grid. You'll see how you have your blue. Just make sure it's lined up. And then we need to grab our items. So go into things mode, or make sure you deselect your sector. Let's bring everything back down. Line it up. So there's our skybox. So what I want to do with this area over here, I had it in my mind before we started. We're going to open this up, and this is basically going to be a pit of, rather than water, it's going to be blood. It's going to be red. So what we're going to do is let's start here in this corner and come up. Hit all your vertices, and then we're going to go down the stairs. Down the stairs. Let's zoom in so we can pay attention to what we're doing. Just make sure you hit all the vertices. And go through our switch here. Just go all the way around. All the way around. And then let's go up a little bit. Let's go, yeah, right about to the edge again of that marble. And bring it out. Let's bring it out, yeah, 832. And then down. Let's zoom out because we want to bring it back to that first spot. Okay, that's close enough. What we can do is just adjust the vertice. And now we have a sector here. And what we can do is bring this up. Just bring that whole sector up. Crank the brightness because it's going to be outside. And now we have our sky. We'll deal with this in a minute, don't worry. And then let's bring this down. Just down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Alright, floor. And then we're going to do blood. Blood 1. Let's do that. And then what we can do is right at the corner here. We're going to make a new sector. Yeah, let's make a new sector here. Before we go through and worry about those missing textures, we're just going to add some more little details here. We're going to add those 2 sectors. And then let's grab this one and drag it out to about right there. And then take this one and drag it out. Just we'll snap it to that vertice. And then what we can do is grab the stairs and the platform and pull it. See? Now we've got a nice little platform. What we're going to do with these squares is bring them, sorry, I'm trying to get my bearings here. I'm the worst pilot ever. Just bring this sector up. And same thing with the one that we made over here, just bring it all the way up. Now that I'm looking at it, why don't we bring some of this out? Because it doesn't really, I mean, yeah, let's bring this out. Oops. It's the vertices. Let's bring this out. Yeah, let's square it. But maybe shrink it. just make another little, yeah, like that. So now we have a step down that we can bring up. And then let's bring that down and just make that all level. Bring this up. We'll leave it there. And bring this up, 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 up. Let's just copy this and paste this there, so we're not going to worry about the light there. What's the brightness is 96, so let's bring that down. And then bring this up. Now let's copy the stone. We'll go through and worry about aligning it later. Don't worry about our switch, we'll fix it in a minute. Now what we want to do is marble here and marble here. And then what we need to do is grab support and paste it here. See what we're doing? We're just kind of adding some nice depth to it. So now that there's this corner here, this weird corner, we can do another one, except on the inside. Another support beam on both sides. Let's bring it up. Bring it up. Oops. Trigger happy. I like to get trigger happy in these things, don't I? Alright, so just bring it up. Same thing with this one, just bring it all the way up to the ceiling height, 160. And paste the support there. Let's see what we're doing. Oops, what happened to this guy? You must remain in your place, sir. Maybe I just didn't bring it all the way up. I don't know what happened there. Did I bring it all the way up? I remember bringing it all the way up. Support there. Support there. Now what we can do is why don't we bring, now that we have another kind of little spot we can drag from, we take full advantage. Let's drag it this way. Let's drag it this way. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, our sectors are bleeding together, so why don't we bring it back? Oops, what is happening? Let's just undo. Like that. Why don't we do that? And then what we can do is draw a new sector over here. So we can bring not necessarily it out, but why don't we draw another little sector here and make another way to go. Just another platform, another raised, just raise it up, but outside. We'll fix the dirt. We will fix the dirt, don't worry. Let's just go through and fill in our missing textures because I want to see what this kind of looks like in the game. So let's just go through and can fill anywhere with a red exclamation point. Make sure you push A, keep everything aligned. We'll worry about those in a minute. Actually, I think what you can do, yeah, hit L. On stairs, if you hit L, it'll lower unpeg it. So, kind of like the door tracks. So there we go. Doesn't make sense. Let's bring this back down. Here we go. There we go. Let's paste that there. Now let's hit play. Zombie men, so we can get a nice look at this. A nice look. Let's see what we're kind of doing. I just kind of want to make a nice looking pool over here. Nice looking pool. And what I'll do is we'll drop down, and then I'll have the switch for this, you know, down here. We'll kind of bring it out this way some more. We'll work on this some more too. One neat trick we can do really quick. Right behind the tower. I'm going to see if this will work. Let's fly back to our... No, let's not fly back to our skybox. Let's just grab every sector of the skybox and make the ceiling F sky 1, and then on this, just this texture here, this line, we're going to go to action and hit line, and then line horizon. And what that's going to do is that should take the sky and it'll basically get rid of that rock texture, and you should just see nothing but sky. Let's see if it worked right. You see? Yes, yes, yes. You see? You can do some cool stuff. Just add so much more dimension to your map. It's looking awesome. Alright, you guys. We've been going on here about 36 minutes, and that's about my average time for my tutorials. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Make sure you save your map. And I think from here on out, I'm going to consider my tutorials kind of more advanced, because we've moved on to ZDoom format, and as you can see, there's little nuances and little things that as you're going along that you need to remember. So if you like what you saw, just make sure you like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm thinking we're going to get into Slade. It's another program you can download to get into your map and make changes to stuff like sound effects and music, and you know, you can bring in your own textures and stuff. So we're going to start getting into some fun stuff here, so make sure you stay tuned. Thank you again, everyone. We'll see you next time.